So, Burr, tell me, what made you say, I have to do this film when you saw the script?
I am. There were themes in the script that I thought were just had such great dramatic potential that it was something that I was really interested in delving into. The theme of loss, losing someone close to you, a brother, a sibling, how complicated that is, and complicated emotions that elicits in a person, and that was something I thought would be interesting and worth getting into.
Now, one of the most amazing themes that I thought was carried so beautifully in the film was the bond between the two brothers. Can you speak about that a little bit?
The bond between the two brothers was something that, as I came in to work on it, was something that I emphasized. But in a way wherein you're not hitting it on the head, you're making the relationship real, and they feel like real brothers with all the prickliness and all the competitiveness that goes on in that kind of a relationship. It had to be there, and it was something that I cultivated, or the two actors cultivated actively off camera. They would spend time with each other, and they really developed that kind of a relationship. And it shows when they get in front of the camera. It's very real and nuanced.
And these actors were amazing. I mean, Zac Efron is phenomenal in this film, and it's such a different turn for him. Can you speak about that?
I don't think it's a turn. I think it's part of his evolution. I think it's just the next step. And I think each movie he does, he's just going to get better and better and better. He's got so much potential.
But a lot of people see him in different types of roles, and this is a majorly different type, and he's phenomenal in this. I mean, when you were directing him, did he just surprise you every single day with what he brought?
He didn't surprise me because I know what he's capable of, and I really relished the opportunity for getting to put him in this kind of a movie and show the world what he can do.
And let's talk about the actor that plays Charlie's brother. I mean, he's great.
Charlie Tahan, yeah. We met hundreds, thousands of kids for this part. Met with Charlie Tahan, who's actually younger, 3 years younger than the part was supposed to be on the page. And he brought so much to the role, and also you wanted to protect him. And not because he's this soft, mushy, little quivering kid. He's really tough and prickly, and he doesn't, but just because he is who he is, he's got such heart and such feistiness, you don't want to see him get hurt. And so I knew he had to be the part. And then he and Zac had such a great rapport.
And I love the fact that love is such an amazing theme. It's really redemption through love. Can you speak about that as well?
It's redemption, it's life through love. It's love that gets him to live again. And that was it was an interesting theme for me, that if you really care about somebody, you don't want to see them stuck. You want to see them live, and you have those people in your life who get sidetracked, and it's about getting them back into the game.
And Amanda played an amazing co-star to Zac. Can you speak about her?
She was key casting. It was important because in a lot of times the ingenue, the girl can just be an accessory in these movies, and she's challenges whoever she's in a scene with. She's not at all predictable, and she's strong, and those are all things we wanted.
Speaking about predictability, unpredictability, and strength, I mean, you guys had some amazing sailing shots in it, and the ocean is just incredible in this. How did you get all the actors out there? Were you nervous at all, rigging all of those shots, sailing?
Yeah, nervous because there was no wind. That was the nerve-wracking part of it, and making it work, and then figuring out ways to manufacture the dynamics of the scene to make it exciting, having the camera compensate through movement of the boat not moving, compensating with having the camera move, things like that. But no, all the actors went through a really rigorous training period before we started shooting, so they could all sail by the time we started.
Did you go through that as well?
I didn't, no. I was sitting in my director's chair, just hanging out. I did not go through the rigorous training, no.
Well, I think when I was reading through the production notes, one of the most rigorous shots was the underwater shot with Zac. I mean, that took over 3 days and 3 different sets and 3 different parts and all that. Can you speak about that a little bit? It's a really intense moment in the film.
It is. The underwater work could have been nerve-wracking. And I think if you had an actor who wasn't supremely confident in his ability underwater, it would have been. Zac showed up 2 months before to do his underwater training, and the technician who was training him said he'd never seen someone who was so calm and relaxed in that situation, because he's not only underwater, he's trapped in a boat underwater. And you have divers off to the side in case he begins to have problems to come rushing in. And there was never, it was cool as a cucumber the entire time. Great fun to do something like that, to figure out how to make it work and function effectively. I mean, they're challenges, but they're always things that you relish the opportunity to get to figure out something new.
Now, there are some really heavy themes in this film, but I'm sure off camera, the stuff that we don't get to see, there must have been some fun events that happened. Was there anything good that you want to share?
On camera?
Off camera?
No, yeah,
on camera. On camera?
On camera, you want me to describe some of the fun things we did off camera. It was fun because we were all in Vancouver together, and there was a camaraderie amongst the cast, and they were all hanging out together. And it was great because they were cultivating relationships that would then translate in front of the camera. But we had a gas. I mean, Vancouver is beautiful. It was just great, a great summer.
Did you ever see, because Sam and Charlie have such an amazing rapport on screen, you really believe that they're related and they really have that competitiveness. Did you see Zac and Sam take on that as well?
Absolutely, and then they were both working on baseball together. They were both throwing baseball and making sure that felt real. And Sam was learning different pitches, and they were working together. And Zac's a really accomplished baseball player, so they were working together on that. So through throwing a ball, you develop a real bond.
And they carried it off really well on
They
screen.
did, yeah, they absolutely did.
Well, thank you so much for
your time.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure
to meet you.